Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Xinfin, aka XDC. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So with that being said, yeah, Bitcoin is still continuing its nice little downward pressure here. We do see it breaking down to about 40.5K almost. This is the level that I'm waiting for, honestly, at around like 39.6K to be retested, or if we do break it, of course we can go as low as 38.2K before, of course, the structure is lost. Then we kind of flip a little bit bearish. But for the most part, I'm not too concerned on a lot of the price action movement throughout the altcoin market. I know that that is crazy for a lot of individuals out there, but for the most part, I'm not really too concerned at all. In terms of XDC, so yes, we are watching this closely. I have been watching the price action very closely. Yes, do I think that we can come down lower? Yeah, that's exactly why I have this demand bar on the chart. This is around like 4.5 cents to almost 5.5 cents exact, or sorry, 6.5 cents. But we could say that now we're kind of testing the waters at within this range here. So anywhere between 5.5 cents to almost 4.5 cents is the point where I'm watching for major entries now. Of course, ROI potential here, there's a lot of it. I've actually talked to you guys a little bit about this in some of my other videos. If you guys do want to watch those, you guys are more than welcome to go check those out specifically. But if we are talking about XDC with the Bitcoin price chart, which I just addressed this with Q&T actually, a lot of these altcoins are at their bottom figures with the Bitcoin pair, which is very good to say the least, especially when we are taking a visual note on where we are at for strength on a lot of these altcoins in terms of XDC and even Q&T for an example. They have been ranging around solid support zones on a lot of these major charts, which of course when we are talking about XDC, you guys could see the major support zones, which will be eventually the bottom of this summer candle here, which would be at around 128 sats, exact, which we have almost tested that. If we do break that, there's not a lot to really kind of look forward to. I would say the lowest would be about 105 sats, which could bring the overall value of the USD and the USDT chart down severely. But with that being said, I do want to talk to you guys about some exciting things with XDC, so let's move on. So first off, we do see here, is it just me or XDC being able to store private data should be breaking news? And that fact it can do that with a Solidity contract still blows my mind, and it's ISO and has a bridge to Corda, which by the way is one of the most adopted DLT technologies to date, but still nobody cares. And this is the truth. We're going to actually be talking about this in this video. I'm actually going to be addressing Corda, but we just see our CBDCs and R3's Corda. The Corda blockchain platform is one of the few being used extensively by global central banks, financial market infrastructure providers, and commercial banks for the exploration and implementation of CBDC projects. And of course, we do see here, R3 Corda network set to, go DeFi with XDC digital currency. A group of former bankers building on R3's public Corda network is, touting the first digital currency for that ecosystem dubbed XDC. We also see here Xinfin's XDC becomes the leading token of value on the Corda network, thanks to, of course, the DASL crypto bridge, which we're going to be addressing DASL. We're going to be talking about that in this video as well. The R3 Corda bridge also enables Xinfin to significantly increase its interoperability within the Corda ecosystem, providing direct access to the business networks and financial institutions active on the Corda network. These include the trade finance consortia operating on Corda. Such Corda network participants are especially relevant to Xinfin's Trade Finance program or platform, if you will. And honestly, I am telling you right now, when we are talking about the major ecosystem players on, of course, the Corda network, look at the financial partners, look at the technology partners. These are huge names, okay? FinTech, you're looking at MoneyGram, for an example. Major players here that a lot of individuals would know. SDX as well, which we talk about on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there's a lot of companies here, even in terms of the financial partners, HSBC, NASDAQ. I mean, these are huge names here. BNY Mellon. I'm telling you guys, SBI Holdings. Pay attention to these major networks. They are all tied directly to one another. We even see Mobi on here, ICC, World Economic Forum, IBM. I mean, this is huge. I want you to all pay attention to this right now. Okay? We even seen DSL. DSL are proud to have integrated with Blink, a global payment network allowing members to pay each other instantly 24/7, 365 across multiple currencies, stablecoins, cryptocurrencies, and digital assets. And of course, they are mentioning XDC here. They're tagging it. Why do you think so? Right? It's because XDC is powering this for the most part. Like, look at where DSO is, right? We are delighted to announce that we are now part of the BCB group. I talked to you guys a little bit about this, but check out some of their case studies. I mean, like, we have massive amounts of names here, or I shouldn't say massive amounts of names, but many names here in general for, of course, software alone, deployment of software alone, I should say. We do see real-time transactions across fiat and digital currencies as well. And of course, you could see ABE, to improve transparency, optimize trust, reduce fees, and globalize access to capital markets. Skyhook Capital as well. Like, this is huge. And of course, Trustology, which is on, of course, the Corda network, which we've mentioned before, is a pretty big name, which has direct ties back to Xinfin as well. But we just hear enabling Xinfin's Ethereum-compatible XDC token to be used as a settlement coin inside Corda. That's the main use case here. And we do see here, this is how they are doing it, and you can see all about this as well. I want you to all pay attention to this because it is fairly significant, to say the least, when we are talking about these major companies that are going to provide massive amounts of value for, of course, XDC or Xinfin in general. You can see all about the solutions, the features here, and all this. Like, their main solutions from DSO is, of course, digital assets in general, digital capital market solutions. This is everything that we have been talking about in terms of digital security, digital asset exchanges, settlement, decentralized exchanges as well. Like, all of this is provided by a company that has more than 100 years of experience in financial institutions. All of this is from the financial institution standpoint as well. You can read all about them if you want. We do see here, the team behind DSL are the maintainers of the Corda open source project that brought tokens and accounts to the Corda ecosystem. But when we are talking about this, I mean, look at some of their key partners: IBM, AWS, Google, R3. These are huge direct ties to these companies. All right, and of course, who's R3 in terms of Corda? R3 is a leading provider of enterprise technology and services that enable direct digital collaboration in regulated industries where trust is critical. Multi-party solutions developed on our platforms harness the power of R3 or R3's trust technology, connected networks, and regulated markets expertise to drive market innovation and improve processes in banking, capital markets, global trade, and insurance. I want you to all pay attention to these major markets that they are in. Global trade specifically, okay? Global trade specifically is all kind of focused on XDC or Xinfin. I don't have a single doubt in my mind that Xinfin won't be utilized for this portion of R3 Corda. Okay? It's a direct built-in tie. It's a bridge for this. This is extremely huge. R3 Corda is a massive it's a massive puzzle piece for the Xinfin network. And if you are an XDC holder out there and you just want to get bullish, all you have to do is read about R3. I mean, R3 by itself is extremely bullish. We've, connected some Corda to XRP in the past, but there was no clear signs. We actually have clear signs. And of course, their ecosystem has some major players here. Accenture, which I've done a breakdown on. Aeon, Allianz, B3I, Chainat, Contour, Deutsche Börse Group, DTCC as well, Ericsson, Guild One, and the names continue on. Even Intel, Microsoft, NASDAQ, PayPal, SIA, Six, SDX, Swift, Wells Fargo, World Pay, Vodafone. I mean, these are huge names, guys. I do not need to tell you guys about these major names, and they're all directly connected with, of course, Xinfin as well. And don't undermine Swift. Like, Andre Casterman came from Swift after 20 some years. Okay, Swift all of a sudden releases this massive article on tokenization. Now it's going to be worth, trillions of dollars by 2024, 2027. And then all of a sudden we're talking about NFTs in the global trade finance area. And we're seeing the global trade finance area being, having a spotlight on it from Xinfin's side. And again, nobody is listening. Nobody is talking. This video alone will probably get, bare minimum, maybe like 2,000 video views. That's nothing compared to my other videos on like XRP or, HBAR or something like that. But I want you to all right now take a second out of your day to go do more research on, of course, Xinfin, because I'm telling you, this is extremely bullish. I mean, all you have to do is look at the partners here, and all of these major individuals will have a direct tie to Xinfin, specifically the trade finance area as well. Which, of course, you could see some of those trade finance members here listed. Also, I love Identity being listed here because Identity is also a major name within the XRP or Ripple, area, which again leads me back to the major players here: Accenture, Identity, even MoneyGram and stuff. All of these names have massive connections to one another. This is the domino effect that I've been talking to you guys about for a very long time. That's why when we are looking at XDC, okay, and we're looking at this at around like 5.5 cents, it's so comical to say the least. Like, I know a lot of individuals out there are probably buying up here, maybe even bought a little bit higher. It's okay. Look at the zoomed out chart. I mean, honestly, if we're talking about XDC, even if we go back to 2018 and 2017, it had a little bit of a run back here, but for the most part, its major run happened this year alone. And don't get me wrong, look at the macro view. This is still doing incredibly well, and yes, I do believe that an all-time high, a new one at least, is in store very, very soon for XDC. I've said this multiple times. I've, told you guys exactly why we are in a bull market. I've addressed to you guys the wave 5 that will be happening for Bitcoin. In my mind, we are in a bull market, right? I don't believe that we are in a bear market. I've said this multiple times. We can come down as low as 38.6K, and I will be totally fine. Once we start to lose that 38K mark, though, I do get a little bit concerned. But for the most part, we are still looking pretty good. I hope that kind of clarifies a lot of things. But with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.